Okay. Hey, here we are. Rabid Dogs Unleashed. I'm JP Alexander. This is Mad Dog.
Today I'm Mad Dog. I'm not in a good mood today. Don't want to be here, but I'm here for you guys, and I'm here to talk about politics today, which I know nothing about, by the way.
Election, the 2020 election. Yes, he's as ignorant as the rest of us. Yes, it's like I know only a little more than he does, which isn't a lot. So yes, we're talking about the 2020 election, which is going to happen in November 4th. Is it? Something like that.
Who the fuck knows? You're asking me? I don't know shit.
Right.
I will say though, but when I was in my 20s, I didn't give a shit about politics. All I cared about was, drinking beers and hanging out and having a good time.
Yeah.
When I got into my 30s, I still didn't care because whatever, I'm still kind of young. When I'm in my 40s, I cared, and I was actually listening to their platforms, seeing what they were against, what they were for, things that would help improve life for everybody here in the United States. Then I realized at the end of my 40s that everybody's out for themselves. They're just looking out for themselves. When you really tear a person down, all they really give a shit is about themselves. They don't care about the state or the county or the government they're supposed to represent. They just want to make sure that they're taken care of.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm in my 50s and I'm back to my 20s. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, me, I actually care more. I mean, I have a job. I work for the U.S. government. I mean, I'm not in politics. I'm doing something else with the U.S. government. I'm still, but I'm paying a little more attention. I think what's good about Trump and recently is that more people are getting involved at least a little bit. At least they're opening up what's going on. I mean, I still think most of them are lost. I don't think most of them have any. It's like I was talking to somebody lately, and I said to them, if you think any of them are good, if you think any of them are a good person, you're 100% wrong.
I agree. Maybe instead of Mad Dog, I should be Lost Dog today. I have no idea because I'm lost.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And here's the thing too. I think you have to know none of them are good. You just got to pick the lesser of two evils, let's say. And I hate the fact when you have two, the parties in the states that have any chance of winning. Like I lived in Iceland for 3 years, and Iceland's got like 6 political parties that could win at any given time, and there's only 300,000 people, so they have a lot more options. Let's say we have.
I totally agree with you. I mean, why are we kind of locked in to just picking 2 candidates, a Republican or Democrat, and really don't have any much other than those 2 choices, and they're both bad a lot of times, or most of the time.
Right, yeah. I mean, I think Trump's more of an independent than he is a Republican. I don't think he's a true Republican. The true Republicans don't even like Trump. And we know damn well the Democrats don't like Trump. So how do you get in? Because most Americans are not like tried and true for either party. There's 20% here and there's 20% here, right? There's 20% liberal and 20% conservative. The other 60% are in the middle. They can go either way. That's what you're trying to get every election. You're trying to get.
I was watching the news. I do that occasionally in between. I'm watching reruns of Andy Griffin Show and Mork and Mindy and shit like that. But I've seen that some Republicans are crossing party lines, and they're actually going Democrat. And wasn't Trump a Democrat at one point back in the day?
Yeah, he would have been considered more of a Democrat. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think there's a club in Washington. I looked in Washington. I think there's more of a club. Even if you're at the higher echelon, you're part of the same club. Even if you're Republican or Democrat, people thought, Obama is going to change things. No, he's not. He's part of that club. He's vetted. To get to that point in those clubs, you have to be vetted. You got to be one of them. And I think maybe Trump isn't as one of them as they are. I think Trump might be.
I think you're exactly right. I think there are many politicians that get into politics and they're actually heartfelt, want to do good for society, do good for the people, do good for the country. But then they get all caught up in the system and they're basically railroaded by the other people in their political party that say, hey, you need to play ball and vote with us, or you're going to be a one-term wannabe, and you're not going to get anywhere in your life, and that's the end of the story. So they ended up playing ball.
Right? Yeah, and you got to be kind of a puppet. I mean, I think Obama was a puppet. I think Obama got to that level and they said, well, I think maybe he was a good person at the beginning, but by the time you get to that level, you're no longer good. You can't be good to get to that level. You'll be, if you're a good person and you're not playing ball, you're not going to get to that level. You're not going to be X to run for president. So, I mean, Biden, I think Joe Biden is a puppet. They don't care that he's out of it. He doesn't know what day it is. He's got early stages of dementia. They don't care because he's a puppet. He's just going to go along with what they tell him anyway. The people running the government isn't him. It's not the president. It's the shadow government who's up atop. You know, they're the ones pulling the string. Now,
how old is Joe Biden?
77.
Oh fuck, man! Stick a fork in him. He's fucking done. I mean, seriously, come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the shit I've seen, the limited stuff. You know what's funny is every time I get on the internet and I'm on my homepage reading a news article or something like that, and they're showing a picture of Donald Trump, it's always the most unflattering picture that you can imagine. His hair is like freaking waving in the wind. He's got his mouth open like awkwardly, and they're snapping all these shots, and they post all these stupid pictures of him. But then when you see like Biden, I mean, he's like always like so prim and proper and you know, very collegiate and looks good and stuff like that. It's ridiculous.
Well, the media is obvious, except for maybe Fox and the alternate media like Rush Limbaugh or something like that. But basically, you know, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, obviously, ABC, CBS, they're all left away. They're not even like, you can't even find a Republican in there.
Wait a minute. Step back. You know, this is something that's confused Mad Dog for a long time. What is the difference between being on the left and being on the right? I don't know what the difference is. You know, conservative kind of makes sense, right? You're conservative. Maybe you're saving money on electricity or something like that. I'm not sure. What do you mean by left or right?
Well, you know, it's the policies. Like left is more into bigger government. You know, the government's going to help you. You know,
fuck that. I'm definitely. I already know. I'm not left. Fuck that. I'm done. No left. Because you know something? The government is too big as it is right now. JP, if you put a gun to my head right now and asked me what the job description of a congressman is, I couldn't tell you. You probably have to pull the trigger and shoot me.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what their job is. I know there's too many of them. I know they make a lot. I know they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't know what their job is.
There's no term limits. They don't have term limits. So. Not that they make a lot of money. They make a lot of deals where they get money. Here's the problem I have with a lot of politicians, you know. I mean, Obama only made $400,000 a year when he was the president. So they don't get rich in office, but they get rich they don't get rich by having the job, but they get rich when they have the job, because what happens is they make deals. Like the Clintons are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. How'd that happen? That didn't happen by Bill getting paid, Hillary Clinton getting paid as Secretary of State. They made
or Monica giving him a knob job.
Right, yeah, he can get paid money for that. Well, they get the book deals, okay, but they also get like money on the side. I mean, look at Joe Biden. His son got rich. His son got rich for a consultant for a Ukraine energy company. The guy doesn't know anything about energy, and he didn't speak a word of the language. Ukrainian or Russian, but for some reason they were giving him $60,000 a month being a consultant. How'd that happen? It happened, you know. You give my Ascon son a job. You give my Ascon son who's joining the Navy because he's doing cocaine. You give him a job making $60,000 a month. I'll make sure you get $1 billion. So basically, the taxpayer is giving $1 billion of taxes, right? The United States government. They're giving that $1 billion to Ukraine. And Joe Biden's Ascon son is making $60,000 a month in that job.
Oh, fuck that! That's ridiculous. And yeah, I read that too. That's just fucking wrong. So the left is for larger government, right? The left wing. If you're a left winger, what about the right side? What is the right?
Well, I think the right's for less government, more. You know, you got to take care of yourself. But then you lose your job, you might need unemployment that you're not going to get. So that's probably a problem. And bigger military, you know. And what happened was the Republicans used to be for more war. Now I see the Democrats engaging in more war.
So what do you think Trump you would label as more right wing, right?
Well, he's more right wing now, but I don't even think he's 100% right wing. You know, I think he snuck in there. He snuck in there, and I mean, it's really a genius move how he got in there. And a lot of people like to call him stupid. I'm like, the fact that he became president, being an outsider like he is a genius move. I always feel that.
Well, I think he became president because a lot of people out there, are sick and tired of status quo. They're
Yeah,
sick of year after year, election after election. The country's not changing. It's only getting worse. It's getting harder for us to earn a living, harder for us to pay our bills. Healthcare is going up, and they wanted somebody else in there who was not the norm.
yeah.
And that's why Trump got elected.
Yeah, and the thing is, people don't understand the same people who voted for, Obama because they thought, okay, he's a black guy, he's going to do some change because he's not part of that. He's not part of that boys club. Yes, he is part of that club, not boys club, but that part of that club. He's still part of that club. I don't care if you're white or black. I don't care what color you are. He's a part of that club. So I think Trump is the first outsider to actually become elected president. And I think he's going to win again because of the same thing. These people are tired of the woke politics that we're playing now. They're tired of this Black Lives Matter stuff. I mean, most Americans are not racist. I'm sick and tired of hearing about white, privilege. The Democrats think by doubling down, they're going to win again. They're not going to win. I mean, they're going to somehow get the presidency back because they're doubling down. They're not, and I don't think they understand really why. That's gross. That's disgusting. But I don't think they understand that they're not going to win again. They're not going to get the White House back. And if they don't put somebody in there in 2024 who's different, Joe Biden's been for 50 years. He's been in the government.
Well,
Years.
so why are the polls that all these polls are saying that Biden's so far ahead in the polls, Well, what's up with that?
That's the same polls that said that Hillary was going to win by a landslide. That's the same the polling they do right there. And I also think the media wants you to believe that because if you believe that, you won't go to. Well, why should I go vote for Trump if he's going to lose anyway? Why should I go waste my time? Why should I leave my house? They're hoping people stay at home and don't vote.
So you're saying it's a media conspiracy?
Yeah. Well, I don't know conspiracy, but I think the media wants Biden to win. Of course, obviously. I don't think it's even. I think the media, when they tell you they're not biased, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. Of course they are. The media. New York Times, Washington Post, Rolling Stone magazine, Hollywood, they're all over here. They're all on the left. But regular Americans, hardworking Americans like me and you, people in the middle of the country, they're more, I would say, more on the right of center, and they can go either way when it comes to voting, but they're looking at this bullshit politics on the left and they're getting mad. And they're going to vote for Trump again, I think, Is Trump? Do I love Trump? No. Is he perfect? No, of course not. But Biden and Hillary in 2016, Hillary's the most corrupt politician that's probably ever lived, ever walked the face of the earth. And you're gonna tell me she's gonna win? I mean, you're gonna tell me you're gonna vote for her? When people said I'm all in for Hillary, I'm like, how could you do that? How could you do that? At least Trump is something different. Okay, maybe he's a con man. He probably is a con man. Okay, fine.
Yeah, he's a businessman. So can I assume that you're going to vote for Trump? Are you a registered Republican?
No, I'm independent, so I can go either way. I actually voted for Obama the first time. It's something different. I thought voting for Obama was going to shut people up about how racist this country is, but it didn't. It didn't matter. It doubled down. As soon as Obama got out of office, they started to start the same bullshit about how racist we are. I've lived around the world, and the United States is one of the most least racist country I've ever lived in.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of places myself throughout my years of traveling and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously we have issues. I mean, we're more talking politics. Maybe we'll dive into racist issues at another time. But I mean, every country's got its problems. We're not without any. And of course, we got ours. So it's hard to say. I mean, I'm not sure if other countries are more racist than ours or not. I've spent some time in Europe, and I would say that the country I was in is less racist than the United States, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the world. I mean, I know. If you go to, Middle East and stuff like that, how they expect it, and their culture is how they treat their women. But that's a whole for another story.
Yeah. Well, I think considering how diverse we are in the United States, we have, a lot of African Americans in the United States. Number two in the world when it comes to the numbers outside of Africa. Outside of Africa, the United States has the second largest population of Africans outside of Africa. The first one's Brazil. And Brazil, I think, is a far more racist country than the United States is. I mean, Brazil had slavery 28 years longer than we did, and Brazil got over 40% of the African slaves, the Atlantic slave trade, they went to Brazil. Only 5% went to the United States. So if you look at those numbers, and Brazil has never had a black president. We've had one. I'm not saying okay, we've had one, maybe we should, but I hate to pick and choose up. I hate to play Noah's Ark. We need two of these people. We need two of the. I hate to play that. I want to get the person.
I like that. I've never heard that before. Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark. Yeah, it's like we need.
Really not a good Russell Crowe movie. That's for sure.
No, it was actually horrible. Yeah, I don't think.
Bad movie.
Yeah, I don't think they made a good Noah's Ark movie.
It was a good little flick on Schoolhouse Rock, though. Remember when they were teaching you to add?
Yeah. And they said we need two of these. Yeah, and I think that's a good, but now we need somebody of color to be. And we have to, put in the check marks. Just get the best person for the job. I don't care what color you are, and that's how most Americans feel. I don't think most Americans are racist. I think most Americans say get the person for the job. I don't care who it is.
I think most Americans, deep down inside, they want to live in peace. They want to live in prosperity. They want to have opportunity. They want to be able to, obviously pay their bills and live a happy life for the most part. Most Americans. But there's a lot of people out there that don't. And we were talking about politicians, and the politicians, they don't seem to really grasp that. They care about their own needs. And if I'm going to get reelected, I can't believe how much the candidates spend on commercials. Millions upon millions, probably, tens of millions of dollars on advertisements and campaigns trying to get themselves reelected. And I'm thinking, like, God, this money could just go to some better use than running some stupid ass schmear campaign slandering the other guy on TV. I think it's ridiculous.
And what's the money? I mean, like Hillary's campaign was the most expensive, the 2016 campaign. She spent $1 billion. Where did that $1 billion go? Where did it go? Because she lost. What happens? It's all gone. It's all gone.
It's crazy.
$1 billion. $1 billion. It's
mind blowing what they could do positively with that money instead of showing fucking Joe Biden tripping up a flight of stairs or taking his Geritol fucking pill or whatever the fuck they're doing and stuff like that. It's just crazy. And it goes the other way too with Donald Trump, spending all this money, or Joe Biden spending all this money doing all this stupid stuff.
Yeah, I know. And what are we getting now? We're getting Joe Biden in the basement mumbling over his words. We're getting a 77-year-old grandfather who's stumbling over his words in his basement. It's just like, is this the best we got to offer?
It's amazing. You would think that there's some other candidates out there in the political arena, wherever, some senator, somebody out there that would step up and say, hey, I'm a good speaker. I have good ideas. I should be running for president. Instead, we're fucking with some 77-year-old fucking geriatric freaking guy. I have no idea. I got nothing against Joe Biden, to be honest with you, but I just hate the whole schmear campaign, and it upsets me that the media, they're not fair.
No, of course they're not fair, because the media has a stake in this. They're going to get money. Democrat, you know how much money is in that. when a Democrat wins, the media is going to be set. They're going to get paid a lot of money to go along with it, And you don't understand how much money it is in that. When you start promising people money, I mean, are there better human beings to run for president than these two? Obviously. I mean,
Sure.
Me and you are two better human beings right here.
Yeah, I've got more moral fucking ethics than probably both of them put together.
Right? Yeah. Now, me and you are a lot better human beings when it comes to things. We're better human. Like me, I couldn't do some things. I'd be like, I can't sign that, or I don't want to go to war anymore. I want us to bring our troops home. I don't think we should be killing innocent people anymore. That's that's run its course. But of course, me and you will never get anywhere near that not because we're nice, because we don't play the game.
Yeah, you got to play the game, and that's just not only in politics but in life. You got to freaking play the game to get anywhere in life. It's not what you know, it's who you know, right?
Well,
at least that's what I see.
There's a saying, who you know and who you blow.
Yeah.
Who you know or who you blow. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of that going on too. You want to get into? Let's talk about the Harvey Weinstein bullshit on another day. We'll talk about.
Oh yeah, that'd be a great topic for sure. So what do you think? What do you think Mad Dog should vote for? I mean, should I vote this year? I was thinking about blowing it off, maybe drinking some beers, blowing off the voting. But I think I might vote this year.
Yeah, no. If you do blow it off, I don't blame anybody who blows it off. I don't blame anybody who looks at the candidates and say, I can't knowingly walk in that booth and flip the switch for any of them.
I mean, personally, voting wise, I'd go for Trump without a doubt. Only because I don't like all the slander and the BS. I think the American people are smarter than that, and they can kind of look through the media and all the nonsense and know that it's a bunch of BS. Right? That it's all freaking propaganda and it's all freaking crap. Not all of it, but a lot of it.
Yeah. No, I think that's why Trump's going to win. I think people in middle America are looking at this, and the silent majority. The silent majority, they're the ones who are not speaking, who are not saying anything, who are not saying, I'm going to vote for Trump. Those are the ones who are keeping their mouth shut until they walk into the ballot box.
People aren't that stupid, The media treats us like we're ignorant and we don't know shit. And a lot of times, I don't know a lot of things. Nobody does. But I don't like being steered and railroaded on some nonsense.
Lied to, right. Manipulated, right. Exactly. The media's job is to tell us the news, but they're not doing that anymore. They're trying to lead us,
Yeah. Is that our time? Is that our timer, John? Time's up?
Oh, no. We're 22 minutes, so yeah.
Oh, well, listen, I want to thank everybody for listening to this video here. I want you to go out and vote. Don't take what we say as, gospel. We're just here shooting the shit and talking crap. But make an educated decision and go out and vote, and may the best candidate win. In this case, probably neither.
Yeah, and whoever you vote for, I respect you who you like. Because I don't think we're good when we're separating and we're blaming each other for. If you want to vote for whoever you vote for, it's fine. It's with me as long as you go out and vote. Now, if you don't want to vote, that's okay too. If you can't flip the switch for either of them, that's fine.
Yeah,
you can do whatever.
That could be tough for a lot of you there. All right, everybody, you take care. Till next time.
Yep. This has been Rabid Dogs Unleashed. I'm JP Alexander. This is Mad Dog, and we're signing out.